Well, there we are, the kick-off, and immediately it's knocked on. So a bad mistake by Delroy. Talking about the youngsters, and he's knocked it on a metre out from his own line, and so the Sharks will get a chance early on to go on the attack.
Well, there you see, we talk about confidence, and that really won't help them.
So it comes away Speechley, the wide ball comes away. Oh, it's been knocked on by Cronulla, and a scrum will go down 10 metres out. Well, you wouldn't believe that. Freestone, the other youngster who's involved, who's up there for the Cronulla Sharks, he makes an early fumble.
Well, once again, there you see, it's a bit of pressure and, of course, nerves coming into it.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Delroy and Freestone are marking each other, and they've come up with a knock on a piece in the opening 30 seconds of the match. Now, Taylor in at halfback today. This side performed very well on Monday night, Parramatta, against South Sydney. It was a great game of football. And that's Scott hammered into the ground there by the Sharks. 10 metres out from his own line as the ball's played. And again, trying to run it out from their own line. The Eels, a lot of pressure coming from Cronulla early on. They're really fired up to keep the Eels pinned down as Lebeater tries to run it out of that danger zone for the Eels. 11 metres out. Bad play the ball. It's going to be a penalty though. Interference in the play the ball against Cronulla. So that'll really take the pressure off. And the youngsters will get a chance to settle down. Ian Hansen, of course, was at the game on Monday night, as was I. It was not only a great game of football, Ian, but of course many people were out there suggesting that South Sydney would win very easily, and they didn't. These youngsters are going to give Cronulla a great game this afternoon.
They certainly will, and it's evident from that first ruck there, David, that these young guys are willing to run the ball from inside their own quarter.
So there's Mosley. He's sporting the headgear as he plays the ball, and now taken up. This is Krenkovic, the youngster who's 19, looks about 14, who has loads of potential, loads of pace, loads of ability. Lebeater. And there's young Krenkovic getting back into the fullback position as it comes away from Taylor. It's now with Laurie, and Laurie, a neat stepping run up over the halfway. Lovely ball back, it goes to Taylor. He couldn't get it away to Scott. Midway, half and quarter line. Cronulla's into the park as Wynn takes it up. And Wynn, he slipped that pass away to Casado. And Casado's going to play it 10 metres out from the quarter line. He's lost the ball. It's a penalty. The Cronulla headgear went flying. But the penalty is against the Cronulla side for ripping the ball out after the referee had obviously called held. And the first opportunity of the afternoon, no doubt, to put points on the board will come now.
Well, without a doubt that he reefed the ball away, but good play by Parramatta. And you were saying that plenty of seen Watson, it was the wingman, but you were saying about there's plenty of style and class with the youngsters, David, but it's in the forwards. They've got to lay that foundation. They've been lacking the strong forward play all season, the Eels.
So the run around, and Laurie in the end, it's come out to Scott. Scott found a runner out there in Delroy, and Delroy's taken to the ground, only about 18 metres out. They decided to run the ball instead of kick for goal, and that's Ford. And Ford's tackled only about 16 or 17 metres out from the Sharks line. Mosley, blindside, taking up Wynn. And Wynn, can he get his pass away? He's 5 metres out. Parramatta putting the pressure on. Mosley moves to dummy half as away it comes to Taylor. Back on the inside and going straight and hard as Slater. And Slater's held up only a metre out. Mosley, it comes away from Taylor. It goes to Scott. And on the run round, Taylor couldn't get it back. Taylor from dummy half, last tackle, the grubber kick. It's not a good one, but as he knocked that on Cronulla, the referee is going to call it up for the knock-on. So the Parramatta Eels will get another opportunity.
Well, this is the risk you take. Good kick, grubber, right on the floor. They're always awkward to handle.
Alan Wilson, the transgressor that time, as Taylor gets the ball after Parramatta had won the scrum. They're only about 5 metres out as it comes away from Delroy Scott. The pass is held up now as it comes away towards Ericsson. And up there very quickly, McGaw holds him up about 18 metres out. Parramatta on the attack in the early stages as Mosley goes down the centre of the ruck. He's going to be about 13 metres out. Replays the ball. Krenkovic, Taylor down the inside. Then came Lebeater, and he can't slip the pass away. Good defence from Cronulla. They've been under siege for some time now as it goes to Scott. Out it comes away to Laurie. That step. They're hanging off Laurie a bit. He's got into space a couple of times. Now Mosley, Taylor, the grubber kick's a better one this time. It's in the in-goal area, but just beats everyone across the dead ball line. And so play will restart with a tap from the centre of the quarter line. And they had plenty of opportunities there, the Parramatta Eels.
Good play by Taylor, but good all-round play by the Parramatta side. They've really got this Cronulla side on the rack. So
now, McGaw, good tackle over the top, Win. That was really solid defence over the top. As now Cats takes it up. Plenty of fellas wearing headgear out there this afternoon.
They'll need them with some of this tackling. A bit high.
Oh, Porter, I should say Diamond there tackled. Just outside the quarter line, down Cronulla's end of the field. Quinn in a dummy half. Now taken up as Staines. And Staines slips his pass away. Now that's Michael Porter. And Porter gains another few metres. He's wrapped up about 11 metres out from his own quarter line. Miller's pass away to Speechley. Speechley's kick up over the halfway. There's nobody at home here for Parramatta. Coming across quickly from the wing is Delroy, and Delroy traps it with his boot and then grabs the ball, and he's going to be held up about 16 or 17 metres out from his own line.
Well, that was unusual, David. The fullback, Kranjcevic, had come up into the centre position, and Taylor, who dropped back slightly, but not far enough.
So there we are, the attacking situation as far as 1987 is concerned. Cronulla there having scored 334 points this year as against Parramatta's 270, so 64 more points have been registered by the Sharks in 1987. Guess we'll all remember that incredible first round game out at the Parramatta Stadium when the Sharks ran in 4 tries in the space of 20 minutes. In fact, they scored 18 points from memory, 3 converted tries in the space of just 9 minutes that afternoon. An amazing performance, and then, of course, an amazing comeback in the second half by the Eels that saw them almost pinch the game. First round result, 26-24, and that was a game where we saw Sterling and Lindner inspire Parramatta in the second half to really get very close to snatching the victory.
Champagne football from both sides. I think we'll see the same this afternoon.
The Sharks have got it just inside Parramatta's territory as Freestone plays it. Last tackle against the Sharks, and Miller decides to go the blind side. Can he get his pass away? He's under a bit of pressure. And the referee's going to put the scrum down. Desperation time then for the Sharks.
Certainly was. A lot of confusion coming into the Cronulla side, especially in their attack.
Yeah, interesting too from that game Monday night, you guys. Michael Mosley will play today's match with 8 stitches in a head gash.
He's obviously a great thinker. I was just about to cross down to there and say I think there's a special reason for Mosley with the headgear. The Eels have got the ball, 10 metres their own side of halfway. Now, they try to run it back to the halfway. This time that's Slater. Doesn't he look like Bugden? And that's a loose pass from Lee Booter that's cleaned up well by Delroy, but the referee is going to penalise Parramatta. Obviously, one of the Cronulla players was held off that loose ball, and so Cronulla will now get a chance to kick for goal, which they'll do too. Oh, it's obvious. Look at that.
Well, it was good play by Quinn in the first instance.
Here comes Watson, the chance to put the Sharks in front. It's high, but wide. And so the score remains at Parramatta 0, Cronulla Sutherland 0. So almost 10 minutes gone in the first half, still no score as Docking, the fullback, runs it back, and he's taken by Laurie, and also up there the hooker Mosley. Still just inside Cronulla's territory. Diamond runs it ahead. Quickly to his feet, that's good thinking. Now it comes away to Miller. Miller almost to the halfway line.
Parramatta moving up so quickly, David, that the Sharks really should try something very close to the ruck.
Speechley, the run round almost going to be taken there with Quinn, but now it comes back to Docking, and Docking, he slipped that pass away to Hatch, and on it goes to Speechley. Speechley up over the quarter line, he's looking for support, he's run away from it, although it was forced on him a little bit by the good defence there of Delroy. They keep it going the same way, the Sharks, and now it comes away to Miller, and Miller's pushed across the corner post. No try, and in fact, the referee is going to put the scrum down because Miller had obviously put a foot into touch before he'd even got to the corner post.
Good play by the hooker here, through the half dummy, and just a sheer weight of numbers took him out.
And as you can see, clearly being taken into touch just before the corner post was taken, and now the penalty going against the Sharks 6 for packing incorrectly, and Parramatta get a reprieve and a bit of that pressure taken off by kicking for touch.
Wasn't that great play, though, by Cronulla. They kept the ball alive. And as I mentioned earlier, they'll be well suited to play very tight football in and around the rucks because Parramatta are coming up very quickly out wide.
Parramatta with the ball. That's Tony Chalmers. He's taken 30 metres out from the Parramatta line. Still no score. Oh, that was a forward pass, and Wynn's gone straight through. He's up over the halfway. He's looking for Krinkovic. He can't get the pass away. That would have been rough justice, though, because I have no doubts that was a forward pass, but a good run from Wally. And now it comes away as the ball has got away to Scott, back on the inside, and taking the ball straight and hard as forward. And he's almost down to the quarter line. Going from dummy half as Krinkovic, and good tackling from his opposite number, Docking. Holds him up. Down on the Cronulla quarter line. Last tackle against the Eels as it comes to Taylor. He puts the grubber kick in. Quinn perfectly positioned. Gathers in the bouncing ball and then is wrapped up 11 metres out from his own goalposts.
Wasted kick there by Taylor, but good positioning by Quinn.
Peter Wynn, one of the many footballers whose nickname is Wally. It really, Mike, it would have been a bit sad as far as the Cronulla Sharks would have been concerned if that had been a try, because that pass that put him into the big gap was a long way forward.
Well, maybe the sun was in the referee's eyes.
Cronulla with the ball, Diamond, and Diamond is going to be wrapped up. He's only about 18 metres out from his own line, so we won't be that far away from seeing a kick from the Sharks, although it comes away quickly onto Eddinghausen. And this is where Cronulla really did cause Parramatta all the problems in the first round. The quick ball out wide, but they haven't been able to utilise that this afternoon yet, as Miller's kick is taken there by Chalmers, and Chalmers gets a pass away to Delroy, and Delroy, look at that, neat stepping, but can't make a great deal of progress. 11 metres Cronulla's side of halfway, but the defence so far this afternoon by the Parramatta Eels has held fast. Haven't given them much opportunity to get that ball out wide, and there's a lovely pass from Slater away to Ford, and Ford, he couldn't get that pass away. He's only 30 metres out from the Cronulla line. Mosley taking it up this time as Lee Beater. He can't get the pass away to Casado. Almost on the quarter line. Mosley blindside, kicks for touch and finds it on the full, and so the scrum will go down just outside the quarter line.
Both sides keen to keep this ball alive, but Parramatta, well, they're taking a big gamble. The fullback Krinkovic actually playing on the wing. They're playing without a fullback. They're dropping back the other wingman. But it's a big gamble.
They keep dropping Delroy back. This is going to be a penalty to Cronulla. Feet across, says referee McCallum. And Krinkovic definitely at the moment, Mike, anyway, positioning himself on the right wing, and Delroy playing at fullback.
There's a couple of switches within the play early.
Because Delroy has played a lot of fullback. I remember watching Delroy a few years ago when he really did burst onto the scene as a star in one of the Parramatta under-23 premiership winning sides.
He's got plenty of quality, but obviously the coach, John Mooney, because he made that mistake from the kickoff, just brought him to the wing perhaps just to settle him down.
Comes away now towards Miller. Miller up over the halfway. Can't offload that pass though. Just inside Parramatta's territory. Now, Porter's pass was picked up by Dan Staines. He's 11 metres, Parramatta side of halfway, almost in centre field as Quinn, the pass comes away from Speechley to McGaw. He cuts out one as it goes to Docking. Oh, that was good defence from Krinkovic though. He read that perfectly as he wrapped up his opposite number, ball and all. Quinn with the ball, shows the ball, and the defence was up too quickly. He'd sucked them in momentarily, but then they kept on going. Last tackle, Speechley, the kick's charged down, it's come off the Parramatta players, it's taken by Docking, he's been taken into the deck and the referee said 6 to go. That's always a dubious one. It's often hard for the referees. Were the players trying to charge the kick down or were they trying to affect the tackle? That time he obviously ruled that they were attempting to play at the ball.
Well, you see here that a little bit unfortunate for Parramatta because he had his back turned to them, and that should have been a handover.
Very difficult though. It's always one of the most difficult decisions the referee has to make. For those not au fait with the rule.
He should have seen that one, David. The player turned his back. He made no attempt to try to force that ball.
Well, basically what it means is if the Parramatta side had made an attempt or was seen by the referee to make an attempt to charge that ball or play at it, it means that there was 6 to go because it came off the Parramatta player. If he rules otherwise, it would have meant a handover. And there the ball's been knocked on and Taylor's managed, oh, he's lost it forward, it's a penalty, has to be. Chalmers was offside. As Taylor tried to retrieve the ball after he'd made the original error, Watson will come up and kick for goal from on the quarter line, but look at this.
Good
what
running.
A magnificent kick.
Was a great kick, good running, but he took his eyes off the ball at the last moment.
The chance to put the Sharks in front as he moves in. There's the kick, it's low, but he's got it. 2 more points. And the Sharks are in front by 2 points to nil with 22.5 minutes remaining in the first half. About 13 metres in from touch as it's with Taylor. And there's Taylor's kick down towards the quarter line. Getting back there. Oh, Freestone's made a meal of that, and the referee says knock back. Just as well the referee ruled it that way. Otherwise, that would have really put some pressure on the Sharks. They've got it on the quarter line, and Docking runs it away back towards the centre of the field.
Well, it was an unusual take. No doubt about it. The ball is propelled backwards. Couldn't have been a knock on. But it's a little bit wasted football by this Parramatta side. They're building up well, but that last vital kick or pass isn't bringing the goods.
Well, you saw that good football from Docking. He got away from the prop forward, but the momentum or the shock of being hit by the prop forward saw him drop the ball. And, of course, that's compounded that error count with Cronulla 18 errors so far, as against Parramatta's 7. That was good football from Docking, but obviously the force of that, of running into the prop forward, well, he's got to put the scrum down again.
Well, you'll notice that the halfback there, Taylor, never retired. In fact, used his foot to bring it back towards the Parramatta side. There it goes.
The penalty goes Cronulla's way. Well, he's giving them a caning in these scrums, isn't he, at the moment? They're not...
Well, that should have been a penalty straight off, David. He fed the scrum and left.
Well, the inexperience, perhaps, of Taylor at halfback. Obviously, even unsure of the rules originally, the way he played at the ball. And giving those scrum penalties away is certainly giving Cronulla every chance. That wind that we spoke about earlier in the game, it's still there at the back of Parramatta, but it's not a strong breeze. Cronulla with the ball, 30 metres out from Parramatta's line. Docking a dummy half. It comes to Quinn, back to Docking. Docking throws the dummy. He thought about getting that pass away, but it had been overrun by Diamond. Now it's with Speechley. Speechley going on his own. Good run from Speechley. He's only about 19 metres away. They've got a chance here, the Sharks, as the ball's played. It goes to Hatch. Away it comes to Miller, and Miller's taken in good defence. That really was a good tackle. That was Taylor, about 15, 16 metres out. Quinn going on his own, but the Parramatta defence is up there again, equal to the task. Last tackle against the Sharks as it's away with Staines, and Staines puts the grubber kick in. It's loose in the end goal. Delroy's got it. Delroy's back in the field of play. Delroy's got a lot of open space in front of him, but the lawnmower cuts him down magnificently, Speechley. That really was good football. And look at Trenkovic.
They can thank the 5'8" Michael Speechley there. He was off and running. Open spaces all the way to the line.
And Delroy had Trenkovic in support. Let's have a look
watch
at this
it
from behind.
Great step in. He used it very, very effectively indeed. Now watch him step again. And it's up to Speechley. And there's open space there.
And he had Trenkovic there in support. And believe me, he is a flyer. So Parramatta now, it's look, anybody's ball, and they've managed to get it back here, the Sharks, and it comes away to Wilson. Wilson's over the quarter line. Oh, good run from Alan Wilson. A bad error from Parramatta. They've lost the ball, and are they going to pay for it? 11 metres out. The Sharks go on their own through Miller. Away it goes to Staines, and he's held up. He's only about 8 metres out. He'll get up and play it again. Gavin Miller, the pass away, and that's good ball and all defence by Taylor. He got up very quickly on Quinn. The Cronulla fans thought he was offside. Another grass cutter, but the penalty this time going against the Parramatta side for being offside. And so Sean Watson will come up again and kick for goal. Chance to stretch this lead for Cronulla. There's the kick. And he's got it. 2 more points for the Cronulla Sharks. And so Cronulla are leading by 4 points to nil with 14 minutes remaining in the first half. Midway half and quarter line inside the Sharks territory. That pass away comes towards Miller. And Miller with the ball. Almost on the halfway line. Speechley as it comes away again there towards Porter. Porter, he's got his pass away. McGaw did pretty well to handle that. And look at that, a lovely one-handed pass away to Freestone. And Freestone out of 1, out of 2. He's over the halfway. He got the pass away, but it wasn't. Oh, it's a penalty.
Interfering, holding the man without possession of the ball. A little bit risky there. He'd made the half break. Now watch him spin round here. It confuses the defence. Is it 6s and 7s? And really, he should have gone to ground with this one. It was never on, but there you see, being impeded from collecting the ball.
And look at this error right now. Cronulla have made 25 as against Parramatta 17. And Gibson certainly will be laying the law down at half-time about the error rate. And now this set move, and Miller finishes up with the ball. And so the Sharks have got it. They've got a chance here, though. Converted try on half-time would just be about be enough. It'll be very hard for the Eels to get back into it going in at half-time, 10-0 down. At the moment, the Sharks are leading by 4 points to 0 as Miller's pass comes away to Wilson, and Wilson's tackled. He's only 10 metres out. Into dummy half as Michael Porter. They go back the blind side. It's with the Quinn. Quinn spins around. Can't make much more progress. Now from dummy half, Docking on his own. He's almost there, the little man. He's very deceptively strong. Last tackle now. What are they going to do here? Hatches a dummy half. It's Speechley. Speechley's kick into the in-goal area is dived on there. And Delroy forcing the ball, which means the play will restart with the line dropout.
Beautiful kick, this one here. Speechley, just enough momentum, but full credit to the wingman. He was there back. Delroy saved the day. Good positioning.
So there's the line dropout. A good one too. Up over the halfway line. Eddinghausen's back there. Eddinghausen gathers it up. 10 metres inside Parramatta's territory, which is where he's going to be tackled. Frankovic and Eriksson, the two youngsters up there affecting the tackle. Wilson, another one of the younger brigade in Sydney first grade football. Australian schoolboy last year. Now Docking. The pass comes away. Speechley away to Diamond, and Diamond's gone straight through with good defence from behind. He seemed to get all the way through the gap, but Ford took him low in the end. Now Speechley to the quarter line. Are they setting themselves up here for a drop at goal even perhaps? There's Miller. It comes away now to Quinn. The wide pass away. It comes to Alan Wilson. Oh, he got through there. It's gone to Magore. Magore on his own. Away it comes now. The loose pass, though, has been knocked down by Wynn. Dived on by another Parramatta player, and the scrum will go down for the original knock on. And so the Sharks will be on the attack again.
The fingertips of Wynn saved the day there. The Parramatta defence was really shot to pieces. Rather surprisingly, though, Cronulla still trying their forwards, playing it tight.
And there's Speechley's kick when the charge down, and the Sharks, the Eels have got the ball. It comes out wide to Casado. He throws the dummy. The pass, though, is a shocker to Chalmers, but he did manage to clean it up on the half volley. Well, incredible play. That Speechley's kick found the legs of the Parramatta players, and how easily that could have seen Parramatta run the ball 80 or 90 metres to score a try, because all the Sharks were going forward to follow the kick through. Now Wynn running it up. A pass which has gone away. And getting up to play the ball is Ford. He plays it forward because there's no marker. And he's pinched a few more metres as he's got it in the last tackle. Now, Taylor's kick. He's trying to force the ball into the in-goal area and hoping the chasers can get up there and affect the tackle, but the ball's gone about 2 metres too long. The intention was to try and get the chasers to tackle the Cronulla player in the in-goal and force the line dropout. Cronulla with the ball as it comes away now towards Miller. The step, back it goes to Speechley, and Speechley's held up by good Parramatta defence just inside Parramatta's territory.
Full marks of this Parramatta team. They've really weathered the storm in this first half, David, and if they'd have shown this much enthusiasm a month ago, and they may have still been in this Winfield Cup race.
Well, there was a good kick from Magore. Look at this pinpoint accuracy as he finds touchdown on the Parramatta quarter line. Look at that. What a good kick. Getting a 6-pointer on here in the first half, so I might as well make sure we just play out the 6 tackles and don't give Cronulla a chance.
It's good thinking by Jonathan Docking. Not like a lot of other clubs who have their fullback right up in the line at the scrum base, but not Cronulla.
Now here's Chalmers with a chance, and coming across quickly. Oh, he's got that pass away on the outside, and Parramatta have got the ball about 35 metres out from their own line as Slater takes it ahead, and a good run from Slater. He's got the ball within 9 metres of the halfway line. Blindside, Wynn on his own. Slips the pass away as the half-time siren goes. Ford is tackled. The referee blows his whistle. And so they go in at half-time with Cronulla leading Parramatta by 4 points to 0. Sean Watson's had 3 attempts at penalty goal. He's been successful with 2. As yet, we haven't seen Parramatta have a shot at goal. We're about to see the second half get underway. Cronulla leading Parramatta by 4 points to 0. And let's go down to the sideline and find out what happened in the dressing rooms at half-time. Ian Hansen.
Thanks, David. Yes, Cronulla coach Jack Gibson is very confident his players can come out in the second half and down Parramatta. But he wants more support for the ball carriers, Ron Quinn, the halfback, and also Gavin Miller. And he says that his players can support those two players, then they can beat this and crack this Parramatta defence, which Coach John Marty has been very pleased with. He said his youngsters have really weathered the storm in the first half, and he's very pleased with the front-on defence of Mosley and also young Slater from Young. And I'm sure that he said that his players can, if they throw the ball around, can also win this game.
Well, it's certainly a game that will be resolved in the next 40 minutes, that's obvious. And this young man might have a lot to do with how it's resolved. Danny Krankovic, who at times this year in the second half in reserve grade matches has produced miracles for the Parramatta Eels. And it'll be interesting to see what happens if he gets a chance and gets a sniff in an attacking position, because he's absolutely brilliant. He's scored 13 tries so far in all grades this year. That's not a bad effort from fullback.
The big problem that Parramatta face now in this second 40 minutes is the fact that can their forwards still maintain this enthusiasm? They've got to keep going for the full game. It's been a problem in the past.
So there we are, up over the halfway line. Getting back there is Docking. Freestone's also back there in support, and it's Freestone. Look at that for confidence. Now, the young man, don't forget, knocked the ball on in the first half, in the early stages of the first half. But the confidence he showed there was quite remarkable. Oh, good run from Magor, and he's lost the ball. And Casado's got it for Parramatta. 2 metres inside Parramatta's territory. Well, it's that type of error that really has marred this game. Often we've seen some good football and then marred by perhaps poor execution at the last little bit, the basics, and we should hold on to that. 10 metres out from the quarter line. Miller, away it comes to Hatch. Down the centre comes David Hatch. And the Cronulla skipper gets up and plays it almost on the quarter line. Miller from dummy half. He's taken in good defence then by Chalmers. On the 22-metre line as Dockings passes away to Speechley. On it goes now to Diamond. Diamond's got his pass away. On it to Wilson. Wilson's almost in the clear. Wilson still going. Good run from the lock forward. He's only a couple of metres out. Last tackle against the Sharks. As Wilson struggles to get to his feet, he plays it. Staines. It goes to Docking. Docking tries the little grubber kick, and he scored! It's a try. Docking's got it and scored. It's 8-0.
Good thinking by the fullback. He was the man that started the move way back. He got them into a position where they made the break. Quick thinking. Just watch him here. He takes the ball. Good position. Gave himself plenty of room. Well, he got Mellon there right through the legs. Little bit of lady luck going with the Sharks. Here you see Wynn. Oh, dearie me.
You feel sorry for Peter Wynn. There wasn't much he could do about it. Watson to make it 10-0. He's done it. And so Cronulla have got away now to lead by 10 points to 0. Slater to get up and play it just inside Cronulla's territory. Cronulla leading Parramatta 10-0. And we've got just 20 minutes left in the match, so there's still plenty of time as Ericsson makes a good run. He's still going, Ericsson. What a good run from Michael Ericsson. And he's got the ball just 20 metres out from the Cronulla line. If they keep holding off like that, the Eels are in this with a big chance. Win. The pass comes back to Slater. Slater going straight through a big hole. The pass over the top from now coming out towards Krankovic. Krankovic for the corner. Oh, what a magnificent tackle. Speechley from nowhere. Cut him down. Magnificent tackle as Krankovic set sail for the corner, but look at this cover defence.
He came out of nowhere, this fellow, but good positioning.
Michael Speechley, who's had a blinder nearly every time he's gone into the paddock for Cronulla this year. And there, another bad error by Cronulla. They're starting to really let Parramatta back into this game. Are they going to get right back into it here and now? As Scott gets into a bit of open space, he pops the pass up and going for the line. Graham Setri, has he lost the ball? No, he's got it. He's only a metre or so out. It's Parramatta on the charge at the moment. It goes to Taylor. Taylor trying to get the pass away and can't do so. Gets up and plays it. That comes back the other side. It goes to Delroy. Delroy goes on his own. He's a couple of metres out still from that Cronulla line. In a dummy half, Mosley. Scott, the one-handed pass. It goes to Mansfield. It goes to Wynn. Wynn running out wide on his own. Wynn trying to force his way over. He's been forced into touch, though, instead. And so the scrum will go down. 5 metres out, 10 metres in from that eastern touchline.
Well, they're hanging off now. It really has looked as though Cronulla thought they'd had this game all well and truly wrapped up.
Cronulla, they have to regroup and regroup quickly. And maybe this group of 6 tackles is just what they need. to just try and get that momentum going again. Good run from Porter.
They've got to use the kick. They've got to get out of their half.
So Ronnie Quinn down and receiving some attention. The kick comes in. Krenkovic is back there. And as we said so often in this game, this man could decide the game. He is absolutely electrifying, and look at that. They call them Eels, and he certainly is quite aptly nicknamed an Eel. Very slippery.
Well, the last 10 minutes, Cronulla have been, well, they're going far too high in the tackle.
Now Chalmers with the ball after Ericsson again had slipped a few defenders, and he's down to the halfway line. Ronnie Quinn coming off the field. He's got blood pouring from his mouth by the looks of things, as Mosley's got that ball, but the referee's going to rule it forward. Oh, dearie me, Greg. I think that's an error.
No doubt about it. There's Quinn. Now watch this. This is good running by the skipper today. Wynn gets the ball away. No way in the world. Referees are only human.
Alan Wilson in at halfback now. Maybe Ian Hansen's a prophet. What's going to win at the Dogs tonight, mate?
Yeah, he's a classic player, Wilson. He can get these guys home too.
So Gregory on the field at the moment. That's the Englishman getting up and playing the ball at this stage. As it's away from Docking, away to Porter.
Replacing the Cronulla Sutherland side, Michael Gregory, 23 is on, and replace of Ron.
Well, they've got to try to make Parramatta start backpedaling with the kicking game.
Speechley, Diamond. Back it comes to Docking down the centre. Here comes little Docking. Docking away again. He's over the quarter line. Docking for the line. Oh, great defence from Tony Chalmers. Only 5 metres out. In a dummy half, it's Freestone. Away it comes now to Speechley, and Speechley must score. That's the ball game. Bye-bye, Parramatta. They've got no chance of making the 5 now, and the Sharks have got the 2 Winfield Cup points all parcelled up. Michael Speechley.
Well, Docking set up this with a beautiful run, and it's oh so simple. Parramatta was split. The defence was just shot to ribbons. You'll see here, they put in a fine effort, but there's not one defender anywhere to be seen. Lack of coordination in the defence.
Watson, there he is. There's the kick. He's got the extras, and Cronulla are leading Parramatta by 16 points to 0.
With Greg McCullum injured, David, I wonder if Barry Gomersall's in the crowd wants to come onto the field.
No, I believe he's in Mackay. Parramatta have got the ball. And there's a little dummy by Delroy.
There's the enthusiasm of the Cronulla Sharks again. 3 players into them. It's been a strong defensive game from both sides.
So Parramatta playing the ball through Peter Wynn. Now, that's Laurie. Laurie up over the halfway line. 4th tackle against the Eels. As they run it. Oh, now they'll get 6 more as Muggleton gets the ball. Now, can they put something on here, the Eels, at least get on the score sheet? Ericsson, that's good defence. That was Freestone. After an unhappy start, he's had a good game. Eden to Krenkovic. Krenkovic, look at this young man go. He's almost got all the way through. He still has. He's got support. The ball comes away to Mansfield. Good defence by Eddinghausen in the end over the top. But the Eels have a chance. They're only about 8 metres out. Slater, away it comes from Mosley. Quick hands away it went to Eden, but great defence by Barry Russell. In fact, it was Glenn Mortimer who effected that tackle as Delroy goes on his own. And Delroy will go close. He's tackled by Wilson. Desperation defence. Right down the line as Wynn goes. Wynn's over, or is he? No, he's lost the ball. Cronulla have got it.
Well, they deserved a try then. They kept it really alive. It was desperation tackling by the Sharks. But full credit to them. And that's what they got to look towards the future. The running of and stepping of Danny Krenkovic, the full-back. Well, they can look towards the future with players like that.
Steve Cronulla might be in front 16-0, but the biggest thing in their favour today has been the nil scoreline. They've kept Parramatta out all day, for the time being anyway.
Here's Muggleton. Muggleton will score, and they're on the score sheet. Parramatta are in. John Muggleton scores the try after Freestone had dropped that pass, and so Cronulla are leading 16-4. Amazing, isn't it, Ian?
Out of the mouths of babes. Well, we've just given this guy a rap. The wingman, Freestone, he makes a big mistake here. There it goes, and the substitute, Muggleton. He won't get anyone easier than that, but it's simply consolation. Watch it here from behind, and the poor wingman, who's had a great game. He started out badly with a bad mistake. He's evened the score up and finished with a bad mistake.
On the quarter line, almost on the touch line. It's been struck pretty well, but it's going out to the right of the uprights. He could hardly lift his right leg, you'd think, at this stage of the game. He really has worked hard, Slater.
And it makes you wonder why John Mooney, he'll be looking at this game, even though they've lost it 16 points to 4 with just seconds remaining. He must be wondering whether he should have made the gamble earlier in the piece. And then it is full time.
Well, there we are, full time. Cronulla Sutherland defeating Parramatta by 16 points to 4.